So I've had a new software update come through on the Tesla today, so I thought I would do a little video and show what's different. So as we can see here, if we go through, it's there, which is 2020.48.10. So the changes in this one, if we have a quick look, got into theatre mode there by mistake. That's no good. So if we go into the web, we can see now that we've got navigation improvements, but unfortunately that one's only in China. But I'm hoping it's going to come across to the rest of the world, because it does look quite good actually. It shows you which lane that you need to be in, which we've all known on those tricky junctions and things like that. It would be good just to have that visualization to say, right, you need to be in those lanes. And what else have we got that's new? The auto steer stop sign, well, that we've had that previously. Dynamic brake lights, we've had that previously as well. The text messaging improvements, I'll go over those in a little bit. What have we got here? Unlatching the charge cable. Yeah, this one's quite interesting actually. It's for the Model S and the Model X only. But when you've got a charging cable plugged in, you can press on the little magnet actually, where it would normally latch the charging flap closed. If you press that, then it will unlock the charging cable if your car's unlocked, and it makes it nice and easy to get the cable out. Now, if it's a Tesla charging cable, it'll have obviously the button on the top of the charger to be able to disconnect it. But if it's a third party charger, or if it's your own Type 2 cable and it doesn't have that button, then that's really good. I really like the fact that Tesla's gone out of their way to make this easier for users, which is great. We've got QQ music improvements. Again, that one's only in China. They've just added support for shuffling tracks in a playlist. And now we've got Tracks version 0.2, which that's been redesigned to help you create audio masterpieces with just a few taps. Not quite sure how many people will use that, but you know, it's great that it's there. Sentry mode improvements. So Sentry mode now, it will store the last sort of panic event, as they call it there. It will save it to onboard memory. So if you haven't got a USB stick in there, then it will obviously save it to the car's memory. Now, I definitely recommend keeping a USB stick or an SSD card in there anyway, rather than relying on this. But it's good if you haven't got it in there, or if it's failed for some reason. It's nice that you've got that backup, knowing that it's there. It's apparently, you know, people have been saying that it gets sent to Tesla's servers, but I've never actually known or heard about anybody actually getting that footage. So if it's now storing it to the car's onboard memory, then fantastic. That's really good. So if we have a look at the release notes now on the actual car, we can see what we've got. So I'm in the UK obviously, so we've got text messaging improvements, we've got the new Tracks version 0.2, and we get the Sentry mode improvements as well. So let's have a look now at the text messaging improvements. As you can see there, when the message comes through, you get a nice little graphic showing what to do. So if you single press to read
Ash says this is the first message, this is the second message, and this is the final message.
So as you can see there, it comes through in a threaded style, just like it does on the iPhone. You get the nice message bubbles. So it's much nicer, rather than how it was just the text in that little card before. And then what's also different is it will stay on the screen now like that until I dismiss it, or if I reply. So if I wanted to reply, it's just a single tap like this. Thank you for your message. And then again, it tells you there, just a single press to send it. and you get that nice scent little tick down the bottom there. It's much better, and I think even whilst it's reading out a message, I think you can double tap and it will dismiss it. So rather than, and we've all had it where you get a message come through and it's a link and it'll sit there going http://www blah 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 blah. So I think now you can double press it and it'll stop reading, which is great. One part that I haven't gone over, because it was released in a previous software update actually, is how cruise control sets the speed. So before we just had a fixed offset as to what sort of speed that you want the cruise control to do. So if, for example, you're going down a 60 miles an hour road and you've got the offset set to a fixed speed, as you can see that I've got here, which is 2 miles an hour, then when you enable autopilot, it will automatically go to 62 miles an hour. Now you can change it so that it's just the current speed by just tapping on that there, and that will disable the offset. But if we change now, they've added a new percentage. So if you tap on that, you can say that you'd like to go 5% above the speed limit, or you can obviously change that to as little or as much as you like. And when you do, you get a nice little info down the bottom that just tells you the difference in speed, and I like that. That's good. Now I have it set to an offset of 2 miles an hour, and one thing that I've noticed that's really good, that not many people seem to know about, is if you say, for example, you go down the motorway and there's a temporary speed limit restriction down to 60 miles an hour over the standard 70 miles an hour in the UK, and you've changed your speed down to 60 miles an hour, and then the temporary speed limit is lifted and you want to go back to 70 miles an hour. If you hold down the gear selector stalk for about 2 seconds, something like that, it will automatically shoot the speed back up to, in my case, 72 miles an hour. So you can always obviously tap on the speed limit there in the corner, and that will set it to the normal speed limit. But I just find it a little bit easier just tapping and holding down the gear selector on the steering wheel just for a couple of seconds, and then it'll change it up to the normal speed. Now again, on this one, it's something that was added in a previous software update, so I've not actually covered that yet. Is the auto headlights now. We get a little button there in the quick controls. So you just, if we go back to the navigation, you tap on that and then tap on there, and that's how to enable the auto headlights nice and quick. Now they're not brilliant in the Tesla, let's be honest, but it is handy sometimes to be able to quickly just enable that or disable it, and it's just a one tap rather than having to go into lights and then scroll down, find the auto beam, turn it on. It's just really simple. It's in the quick controls, tap it, and job's a good one. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys shortly.